While America was involved in one of its great moments, this building was being constructed. Not well maintained. Not well maintained at all, actually. And here we have some hint as to the structure of these ceilings. These are apparently very thin panels of maybe a fabric. This harkens back to the Thai temples that have huge rows of different sized bells that parishioners ring, each one of them, in sequence for another way of paying tribute to Buddha. Qianlong's bed looks like a king size. So these are apparently imperial seals, rather large to say the least. Perhaps each character is symbolic of each emperor, I would guess. But why would some have small and discreet manageable ones and others giant seals? This looks like a compact form of a lion. This is a royal scepter. This is a celestial globe. That's interesting. And notice that looks like a compass down at the bottom of all that exquisite gold design. This huge jade carving is traveling on green jade mountain. And if you look closely, you can see figures traipsing up trails. I'll get in deeper here. We'll start at the bottom. Those look like, I think those are clouds rather than water, which I've been supposing all along. Not unlike what I expect Huashang and Huangshan to be like. Steep, with monasteries like the Hanging Monastery built into them. Imagine just envisioning this in what you're doing. I wonder if there are art historians capable of comparing this to Michelangelo's work. His capacity, as he says, to envision the sculpture so that all he need do is chip away from the sculpture the excess material. And are these waterfalls? Is this water flowing out of here? I think so. That's a bridge. Kind of royal sleeping quarters, it looks like, or lounging quarters at the very least. There perhaps a sleeping area, but imagine being enclosed in these buildings. Another colossal piece. But it shows, in contrast to living in Beijing in these rich constructs, that there's a great reverence for living in the natural, in the cool mountains. As emperor, what would you opt for? coasting in Beijing, or absolute tranquil weather, ideal weather in the mountains. This is apparently a representation of heaven. But as opposed to one big chunk of jade, here various stone has been incorporated, as well as figurines. How would they have made such a thing? Slowly and persistently. This carving made from rhinoceros horn. Don't quite see what the carving is about. This is a coral-shaped receptacle. This is obviously the top, that's the bottom. Probably a gold leaf in the inside. You wonder where they even get jade of this size, assuming it is jade. Where do you find chunks like this? Or are they no longer available? What was the material on the bottom? Is this depicting some kind of construction or mining, perhaps? Again, there's chains. Are they lowering down portions from the mountain? Here in this inner space, perhaps Qianlong found some opportunity for quiet moments of contemplation in what had to pass, relatively speaking, for the outdoors, something of nature. He did have the Qianlong Gardens, which are not available to us for some reason right now. These seem to be stupas, very rich looking stupas. This would have been a pretty quiet place, perhaps even cool. The cypress sure make this much warmer and comfortable. And this natural rock places a garden sculpture. Notice the different colored rock in that far wall. Again, a very pretty, near forested feel. Were it me, I would have lived here. Were it me, I would have lived in the mountains. Not all romantic stories end so well. Apparently here was the well where she was thrown. After the reform by her Emperor Guangzhou was suppressed by the Dowager Cixi. Ironically, all of that changed again, and the reforms became, I believe, accepted as the Dowager died. In other words, she died one night and the next night came on. Then the Allied powers attacked Beijing. So here we are leaving the north gate of the Forbidden City. This is the way to do it. Start early in the morning and close it down. They literally made us all leave. Okay, this area here is littered with the most pathetic of people, of beggars, of people trying to sell stuff to you. But then in the midst of all this, there is a sense of humor. One man peddling peddling the Forbidden City guidebooks. I kept saying no, no. Finally, I said "Bonjour, bonjour," which means no thanks, no thanks. And he finally looked at me and said, "Yeah, here's two," which he was saying, "Take two for free." And I go, "No, no." And I started laughing. He started laughing and pulled away and went back to more worthy game than I. So I'm being completely lost right now. Not quite. My only strategy at this point, because I don't have bus guzzler or all that jazz, can't read anything here. I'm just going to go east until eventually I hit the second ring road, which is where Route 2 of the metro runs, and it's also Huafeng Lu Road or something kind of like that, which is a very popular place for restaurants and stuff like that. But anyway, once I get there, I can find a metro station, and then it's easy to get back to my hostel from there.